get into it, man. What's this, episode 164? Let's go ahead and get right into it, man. It's a good fucking day, B. You know it's a great day, man. We got my merch on top of some Larry June merch, man. It's a great fucking day, man. Saturday recording. Hey, look, the vibes are set, man. Is everything on? Lights on, cameras on, everything's a go, right? You know what I'm saying? The vibes are a go, man. I got the fucking fights on the big screen, you know what I'm saying? We doing it, you know what I'm saying? I got the dog on the patio playing with the toys and shit. Hey, look, it's a Saturday recording, man. You already know the fuck I give it up. I'm feeling good, nigga. I ain't gonna hold you, man. Let's go ahead and get right into it.
Welcome to Raw is OG.
How you doing?
Actually, you know the fuck, man. Who found me, man?
Hey, episode 164, man, on the grind, 200. This shit don't stop for a motherfucking soul. If you don't know what to do by now, let me go ahead and let you know what to do. Ladies, shake that ass. Fellas, dip that shoulder. We finna get into it. DJ, hit me! Fuck him up. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. Damn. 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 Yes, sir. What's poppin' with y'all, man? Welcome back to another motherfucking episode of the Thin Line Between Genius and Insanity podcast, hosted by yours truly, OG. Come on, man. You know I'm spinning the block for them hating ass niggas in the back. Let them know your boy is. He is. He is. He is the flyest, highest, coolest, smoothest motherfucking host of them all. OGHatch, what the fuck it is, man. What's up with y'all? Hope y'all out there looking good, feeling good, staying safe. There's a whole lot of shit going on in the Trench of Meditation each and every episode. I want to shout out to everybody that's tapping and enjoying the conversation, man. I truly appreciate all the love and support, man. I truly motherfucking me do. It's always a humbling feeling. You know what I'm saying? When I get a new friend at the show, or they hit me up and shit, and they tell me what they think about the show, or how much they like the show, or, you know what I'm saying, what I remind them of, or however the fuck you give it up, however you show your love, and, you know, so I really appreciate that shit, because there's a lot of hard work that goes into making this show. I do, you know, to live a normal ass life, but I still have to make sure I put the time aside every day to feed the content for the show, put the docket together, you know what I'm saying, record, edit, all that good shit, man. The visuals, I just dropped the visual for episode 163 earlier today, if I'm not mistaken. So go ahead and check it out on YouTube at OGHatchTV. Ring that bell, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, all the good shit that YouTube would say. Shout out to everybody that's tapping on all the DSPs, man. If it's Anchor, Audible, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Audio Mac, wherever the fuck you tap in, listen to the show, man. I truly appreciate all that shit, man. I think we well over 15,000 streams and downloads at this point in time. Let's get a round of applause for all the friends of the show. We doing it. We doing it, man. We really motherfucking be doing it, man. So shout out to everybody once again that's tapped in and join the conversation, man. If you don't know, tell a friend to join the motherfucking conversation, man. Tap in with your boy. Get your merch right now, $35 a shirt. We doing it, man. There's a whole lot of shit going on. Episode 164 on the grind 200. This shit don't stop, like I mentioned. Let's go ahead and get right to the doc. There's a whole lot of shit going on. Didn't seem like it. Felt like a slow news couple of days, you know. So the week itself is kind of slow. Last episode, I kind of put my own sauce on a lot of shit. But this episode, I was kind of nervous type shit. Till I woke up this morning, man, dug deep a little bit more, and I got a nice little doc for y'all, man. So I want to go ahead and get right into it. You know, there's a clip that's going viral right now, Sexy Red. And she's like, no makeup, you know what I'm saying, none of that shit. They're natural, ratchet, depending on how you like them, you know what I'm saying, state. Looking rough. Me personally, I'm from St. Louis, you know, raised in St. Louis. I'm one of those people where I love that she's getting the attention that she's getting, but I'm not one of those people who think she's fire. Like, Glorilla, I stopped that Glorilla. Like, Glorilla to me is bad. Y'all not finna get me on this Sexy Red train. I'm sorry. Like, I just can't go that far with y'all down in them trenches. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a pork and beans ass nigga. Like, that shit was nasty to me. But she's going viral, and you have a lot of people talking about how much they love her for being her. And I'm gonna be honest with you. There's an attraction to being yourself. You seen it with Sexy Red, you seen it with Glorilla, you see it with motherfucking me But to me, my favorite example was Lizzo. We're gonna get to Lizzo a little bit later in this episode. But my favorite example was Lizzo. Like to me, in my personal life, you would never really see me with a Lizzo. And I'm not saying that Lizzo's an ugly woman. I think Lizzo's actually very beautiful in the face. I just found out she's 35 today. Like, oh my fucking God.
Wow.
For some reason, I thought Lizzo was at least my age or a little bit younger. To know that Lizzo's 35, like, you was acting like you had your ass out at that Laker game and you was in your 30s, baby. Okay. Okay. Bro, I don't know why the fuck I be having calls soon as I start recording, bro. But that was my favorite example of Lizzo being, herself. She was a big girl. She knew she was a big girl, but she was being her motherfucking self. She couldn't help the hate that came with being a big girl in America. She just couldn't help that. That's just the shit that comes with that type of, star. But the most recent example is Sexy Red. In the industry, the main example of a popping female star in the game was light skin, big ass, probably didn't have no talent. You kind of see that still with Ice Spice. But Ice Spice to me is they pumping her up to be this huge star. She just got ranked number 50 of the 50 all-time artists from New York City, which is fucking preposterous. You see them still trying to push that with Ice Spice, but Ice Spice ain't getting received in the hood like Nicki Minaj did. You know what I'm saying? Lil' Kim did. Even though Lil' Kim and Nicki Minaj were very talented, but they still fit the motherfucking a quota for the popping female. Because Remy Ma didn't get the same push that Nicki Minaj did. I personally feel like Nicki Minaj wasn't from New York and didn't have the backing of Lil Wayne and Drake, I don't think Nicki Minaj will survive and be who the fuck she is. I don't think we'll be looking at her as the queen of hip hop. Because if I'm not mistaken, Nicki Minaj has never even headlined her own fucking tour.
Wow.
I'll repeat that. Unless I'm mistaken, I don't believe Nicki Minaj has even ever headlined her own arena motherfucking tour, bro.
Wow.
That says a lot for somebody to be the queen of any fucking thing. If you the queen of hip hop, why the fuck ain't you? And you selling all these units and shit, why you ain't doing arenas and headline that shit yourself? The last big tour we know of was what? Future and her and Future shit, and that shit was giving canceled dates. The same shit that Lil Baby going through, Nicki Minaj went through a few years ago. But when you being yourself, it don't matter how you come off. You can be ratchet, you can be skinny as fuck, no ass, don't even fit the fucking it thing for women. The it thing for women right now is what? Big ass, big boobs, no waist, fuck a nigga, get money, scam, city girl shit, hot girl shit. But you got Glorilla come through. And then they double down and bring Sexy Red through, telling her booty hole is fucking brown.
Wow.
Like, I don't even know if niggas caught that. Like, she was saying her booty was, her shit was dirty, nigga. Like this bitch shit was dirt, nigga. But she comes through and she's being herself and she's dropping hits no matter what you think of the music. She's riding a fucking wave. How long will this wave ride? Who knows? It's not for me to judge, but what we know is she's being herself unapologetically. I'm out here in AZ. I'm chilling with chicks, you know what I'm saying? And they put on the Sexy Red. And they vibing like, and they thinking like she doing some more, some extra shit. I'm like, no, baby, that's St. Louis shit. Like I view that's straight St. Louis shit. You can walk into a chop suey and see that bitch. You know what I'm saying? You can walk anywhere in the Louis and see that bitch. That's St. Louis. I miss that energy, but that's St. Louis. A lot of motherfuckers think she doing the most trying to be ratchet. No, that's St. Louis through and through. But when you unapologetically yourself, look at where Sexy Red is going. You see her taking pictures with Drake. You know what I'm saying? You see her fucking performing, Travis Scott being a DJ. Like when you being yourself and you being unapologetically yourself, there's an attraction to that. No matter how fucking wild it is. Like, we live in a time where everybody's putting on the front. Don't get me wrong. I've been in that mode too where I put on the front. Nigga, when I'm at work, come on, man. Them niggas don't even know me. Them niggas don't know me at all. They just know Deontay. Like, they don't even know Hatch. Like, I don't even fuck with them like that. You know what I'm saying? So we live in a time where everybody's putting on the front for one way or another. Some people on the front for social media. Some people on the front of their professional life. Some people put on the front of their personal life. live in a time where putting up a front is very, very motherfucking common. So when you get those glimpses, you know what I'm saying, those rare beams of light here, you know what I'm saying, we get those glimpses of somebody being themselves unapologetically, there's an attraction to that, no matter if they being negative or positive. When you just see somebody being themselves, you get drawn to that shit. Everybody preach this real shit, that shit everybody ain't being real, baby. If everybody was being real, we wouldn't even be saying that shit. If everybody was being motherfucking real, we wouldn't even be saying B100. That wouldn't even be a fucking thing. It'll be redundant type shit. So it's amazing, bro, when you see somebody just being them. So there's an attraction to that. Like I said, I fuck with her being herself. As much as I think she, you know, to look dirty as a motherfucker, crusty as a motherfucker, I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole. But I like that she's being her motherfucking self. I'm not on this wave with you niggas talking about she fire. I see the little picture going around. She got the little black bob. No, nigga. No, nigga. There's no nigga. There's nothing about it. That's making my dick jump. I'm sorry. Real talk. But moving on. Yeah, this is very disturbing news, man. Right before I press record, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was taking this shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I was searching, you know, just scrolling through Twitter, you know. So let me just see if I can find one more topic to talk about. I'm thinking it's gonna be some silly, goofy, corny shit, right? I came across some shit from a New York Daily Post. Or was it New York Post? I don't know. I'm sorry. I think it was a New York Post. Yeah, New York Post. It's about Obama. Apparently there's a letter that's circulating around as become trending news from Obama. He wrote to his ex-girlfriend of his back in 1982, if I'm not mistaken. And in said letter, our president, you know, Barack Obama, he came out and said he has sex with men daily, but only in his imagination.
Wow.
Wait, what? The man said, get close up. Man said he has sex with men daily, nonstop, but only in his imagination.
Wow.
Look, man, I'm conflicted. Not, you know, not on the man, not on that part, but I'm conflicted on how I should feel about this letter being put in the news cycle. I didn't know about people trying to question Barack Obama's sexuality. I never knew that was a thing. I knew they were trying to question his blackness. You know what I'm saying? He was asking for his birth certificate. I remember all those digs and shit like that. But I never knew niggas thought Barack was gay. I never knew that was a thing. Of course, his ex-girlfriend was a white woman. One could say Barack Obama said whatever the fuck he had to say to get away from this woman. Because I believe 10 years later, I believe he married Michelle Obama in 1992. And they've been married ever since, got 2 kids. We know the story with them. I'm under the belief that, look, man, I've said, look, recently I was told some information about, you know what I'm saying, someone having some intercourse with some form of intercourse with another man having some form of intercourse with another man, right? And I was like, yeah, you're definitely gay. Like, well, you're gay. Like, well, there's nothing to talk about. Like, you're gay. He's gay. But if I'm taking this at face value, right? I need to make this abundantly clear. Me, OGHatch, I don't know what it's like to sit around and imagine you fucking the same sex all day. I don't know what that's like. That's never happened. To be quite honest with you, I've never even sat around all day and imagined myself fucking a woman all day. Like, I've never done that. I've never even done that. A few times, if I just wandered off and had some flashbacks and some shit, yeah. If I'm that horny, nigga, I just get the VR goggles and just type in a fucking porn site, nigga. But I ain't just sat around and imagined myself fucking some bitches all day. That's kind of That sounds like a problem to me. That sounds like a problem. You just can't go get no ass or just beat your dick or play with yourself as a woman. Something's a little off there. But one will have to ask this. We have to ask ourselves this. Because you know this is an attempt to smear his name, get people to turn on him. And you know this is a big way of doing it. This is a big way of doing it. As fucked up as the world is, as much shit as that's going on, the one way to get a group of people to start to turn your back on somebody is their sexuality. Because we still live in a climate where homophobia is real. Homophobia is fucking real. So we still live in a climate to where, yeah, they still view Barack Obama as this powerful figure, which he still is. He's way more active than other former presidents. He still gets to pop in the room when he walks in more than other former presidents, especially in recent history. When you look at the dirt and the trauma that fucking Donald Trump has done and the way they hate his ass, Barack Obama just looks great. But they don't like that. So if you still, at the same time as he's still getting his shine on him, the only way it can try to get some people to turn their back on him is if they believe he's gay. If they believe he's gay, if this letter comes out that he's dreaming about fucking men all damn day, now he comes out with this quote-unquote manly featured wife, I don't think Michelle Obama looks like a man. Do I think she's the most attractive woman? No. But I don't think she looks like a fucking man. But we not finna act like we haven't heard all the jokes. We're not gonna act like we haven't heard all the digs that people are questioning her sexuality. So if the letter comes out that dude is talking about he's dreaming all day in his mind about taking some dick, and then he comes out and the woman that he does marry and he's committed to is a woman who has strong features, I mean, hey, yeah, 2 + 2 = 4. Me personally, I'm not gonna say shit bad about Barack Obama. I can't. I just can't. Lately I've been choosing shit, right? I've been choosing happiness. I choose to believe Barack Obama's not gay. I choose to believe what I've been believing ever since I've been introduced to this man. That this man has a wife, kids, great man. You show me a letter about him telling somebody that he was having some wet dreams about men. I don't know how to take that. If this was another person, another stranger, I'd be like, well, man, you might be a little gay. But Barack Obama, man, call it what you want, man. I can't do that to Barack. I can't do that to old Barack, man. I can't do that, man. Because it feels like it's done, you know what I'm saying, in a negative light. It feels like it's not done, because there's no other reason why it'll even be coming out. It feels like it's being done in malice. And I know what that can do to our community. I know that if niggas think a nigga is gay, come on, man. You already know how that shit's gonna go. You already know how that's gonna go. Now, maybe he's already done so much great that it wouldn't have that huge of an impact, but we know. You know what I'm saying? But it is interesting. It is interesting as fuck. I've never even heard of a nigga going through that wasn't gay. You know what I'm saying? I've never even heard of that. Like, what you mean you fucking man all day, but only in imagination? What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Even the comfort of writing that down as one of the reasons why you breaking up with your ex-girlfriend is fucking wild. Like, I seen the letter. I read some of the quotes from the letter. A lot of that shit is kind of wild. Like, it sounds like a nigga coming out the closet. But if a nigga get married 10 years later, who's to say a nigga just wasn't confused? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not even trying to sit and act like I know what the fuck is going on in Barack's head. I know he's a good man. I know he's a goddamn president, bitch. And he married a black woman. Take that. Real talk. But moving on. You know, in this podcasting game, in this industry, I should say, there's a lot of fucking people. There's a lot of players in this game. If believe it or not, it's a lot of players in this podcast and shit. Because it's free to do. You can start a podcast for free. You can start a fucking podcast for free on your phone and just get the talking in that bitch. Might pop off. There you go. Ashley gave you some advice. But we only know the ones who really pop off. People think it's a lot of money and shit. It's a lot of money when you make it to the big leagues. That's why you see a lot of people selling their soul and doing wild ass, scandalous ass shit to get known, get popping. Not all of us choose this slow grind route. I'm only doing this because that's the only way I can do this shit with sanity. You know what I'm saying? I want to do this shit be organic as possible when I'm doing this shit. Because at the end of the day, this is a self-therapy for me. I come here to talk so I don't sit around and fucking keep all these thoughts in my head and go fucking crazy and push out my personal life issues to the side. Instead, I just come here and talk about this shit, get it out the way, and I can go and live my fucking life. But in this insect space, there was never a person who made it to where you felt like an industry plan or you felt like things were just being opened up for said person. I came on this podcast and I discussed the Bobby Altoff and Drake interview, I believe. And I talked about Lil Yachty went on there afterwards and shit like that. Funny Marco and shit like that. Recently, we just seen the clips of her and Offset doing an interview. News about Bobby Altoff getting these huge interviews out of the blue. Episode 4 of any podcast and you're not a famous person and you getting Drake on your shit and you doing 7 million views in 3 days, like, I see the Drake effect, but Jesus fucking Christ. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know numbers smudging when I see numbers smudging. You know what I'm saying? Like, when niggas say numbers don't lie, that's not true, buddy. Trust and fucking believe that one. To get Drake episode 4 on anything is wild when you're not famous. Drake don't do shit with the culture. That's just a fact. People were speculating that Bobby Altoff was an industry plan. I'm gonna be honest with you. I see the influence from TikTok, but I can understand why people say industry plan because we see how it's been done in the music industry. And like I've been trying to tell people for the last 3 fucking years, the podcast industry and the music industry is very much the same. It's just the podcast industry is newer, but it's very much the same fucking metric. The same system's being used for streaming. It's the same metric. So I understand when people say industry plan. I can tie things together and say, yeah, she looks like a fucking industry plan. So recently she came out with how she got these stars on her podcast to debunk these theories. So what she did was she put out there on her TikTok, she made a clip saying she would pay anybody $300 if they could successfully link her to Funny Marco is the one she did. She did that with Funny Marco. She got the interview with Funny Marco. And then apparently Drake liked it or some shit like that. And then she DM'd Drake and Drake said, yeah. Do y'all believe that story? Do y'all believe that she successfully got all these stars on her show because she sat there and said, I will give $300 to anybody in the entire world, the entire galaxy, the Milky Ways, the stars, all that shit. I will give y'all $300 if you successfully get this man, Funny Marco, on my show. And that's how that worked out. Now, maybe Funny Marco. But you've been telling me that's how you got linked to the Drakes. It was another person that was on her show before that was a celebrity. And it was a big star. And she did the same thing with that, $300. And look, maybe that's just something that I haven't thought of yet. It sounds like it may work. That's the only reason why I don't want to bash it. Because it sounds like it may work. It sounds like you may get the cousin of somebody and be like, yo, do this. I can link y'all such and such. But how often does that lead to this, and that? Lightning maybe doesn't strike twice, but I don't believe lightning would have struck on that. You're not finna sit here and tell me that shit is what got you all of this. You can't sit here and tell me. You can't. You can't explain how $300 got you to where you got to. Now, that's not me coming from a hating position. This is not me trying to condemn you for getting to your position at all. Even if you are an industry plant, someone had to see some form of talent in you to place you in this position. So even if you are an industry plant, I'm not finna sit here and bash you because I still see, you know what I'm saying, the grind in being that and seeing someone taking that chance on you. But the story that the story that you try to come out with to debunk the theory of you being an industry plant, that shit ain't working for me. I'm gonna be honest, it ain't fucking working. But are we supposed to, should we believe it? Should we really give a fuck? Because now I'm seeing them with the clips with the Offset. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. The shit's not for me. All comedy isn't for everybody, you know what I'm saying? I have a certain type of comedy. Certain shit I'll chuckle at, but I don't think that style of interview is actually funny. I didn't think the Funny Marco shit was funny. The people I don't think is funny that's truly popping, and I'm not hating on them at all, I don't think these niggas is funny. I don't think Drewski funny. I don't think the Theo Von nigga funny at all. That shit is annoying. And that voice, that cadence, bro, that shit not funny to me. I'm sorry, it's just not. The Bobby Altalk shit not funny, and I didn't think Funny Marco was funny. But I'm not finna sit back and act like these people ain't these people. I didn't think Cardi B was fucking funny. I didn't think the Shiggy nigga was funny. I'm not into the social media comedy shit. I don't really be thinking these motherfuckers be funny. But when I see them pop off, I never want to hate on them and never want to shit on them making it because I know what it's like to even try to make some content and hope that shit pop off. You can make thousands of episodes, thousands of clips. I can record 1 million fucking episodes. You don't know what's gonna pop off. And 9 times out of 10, the shit that do pop off is the shit you don't even like. How many times you heard your artist say, Lil Uzi Vert just came on and said, he don't even like I Just Wanna Rock. He think that song ass. He was just fucking around, high as drunk as fucking in the studio at like 3 in the morning. Wiz Khalifa, When I See You Again, he ain't even think that shit was gonna be shit. Black and Yellow, he ain't even think that shit was gonna be shit. You don't know what's gonna take you there. So even if you are an industry plant, somebody had to see some talent to get you to where the fuck you got to. But if you've been telling me $300 investment, $300 motherfucking me, anonymous tip, you know what I'm saying, got you to where the fuck you at right now, round of motherfucking applause. And that's it for that. Real motherfucker me talking, I ain't believing the motherfucking hype, bitch. Real talk. Moving on, man. Let's get into some brotherly love. You know, I want to ask y'all a question, man. Is the Island Boys what they doing right now? Is this just an example, you know what I'm saying, like keeping up with the Joneses? Honestly, if you don't know what's going on with the Island Boys, honestly, if you don't know who the Island Boys is, I just know them as being some niggas that's on social media that look like hella tattoos. I don't really know what the fuck they do. I don't know if they make music. I don't know what the fuck they do. What got the Island Boys popping? What made the Island Boys pop? If anybody can explain that to me, I truly want to know. All I know is I just seen these niggas one day. I just see them every once in a while, like just being with each other. Hella tattoos and all that shit. What made these niggas famous? Is they funny? Do they do stand-up? They skits? They do pranks? Like, what the fuck? Are they YouTube? Are they streamers? What the fuck do these niggas do? But I know what the fuck they do now. I don't know what the fuck them niggas did to get famous, but I know what the fuck these niggas is doing currently. You know, as of late, man, all those boys have been making news about some possible incest shit, alleged incest shit. Apparently there was rumors about one of the Island Boys being gay. He finally came out the closet saying, yeah, he is gay. But upon him coming out of the closet announcing that he's gay, there's been photos circulating of him and his brother fucking kissing.
Wow. I
have a little brother. Never even came close to kissing that nigga on his lips. I'm gonna be honest with you. Love my little brother to death. Nigga's a grown ass man, B. I've seen footage of what apparently looked like one of them niggas was sucking one of the other niggas' dicks. Now, I didn't see dicks, you know what I'm saying? There was like emojis and shit like that. But it's like, apparently, like these niggas is like getting their whole incest thing off on OnlyFans. Allegedly. I don't know. I ain't seen it. I've also seen clips of them saying they not fucking each other. I've also seen clips of these niggas explaining that other religions do it, so they don't see nothing wrong with it. When I asked the question about whether or not this is an example of keeping up with the Joneses, because I don't know what these niggas do to get famous. I don't know why I know these niggas. But I know I've seen this story before. When you see motherfuckers go get viral on social media, have that moment where they fuck around with the rapper. You probably had enough money at one point in time to go get you a fucking bust down rolling Avalanche. For 6 months, you probably could afford that lifestyle. But the moment that motherfuckers move on and people stop hitting that follow button and stop hitting that like button, you start to see the crash out. We seen it with what was the old boy then who did all the pranks I never thought was funny, but I seen was gonna be a fucking car accident waiting to happen. Who was it? The Bunk Gang nigga? When he was doing all the pranks and shit, his crash out came, he started turning to Jesus. Congratulations, my nigga. But the crash out had to fucking happen. And with these niggas, tattoos all over their face, looking like the same repetitive motherfucking me pattern, don't know how these niggas got famous. But I'm pretty sure the motherfucking me 15 minutes was near and dear, it was almost over. Because I seen the clips of the other fans starting talking shit, them niggas going through backlash. The next thing I know, these niggas kissing each other. They know what's gonna get their name back in the head. They know what's gonna get them back, getting requested for interviews and shit like that. You need controversy, and it's sad that motherfuckers will stoop this low to stay relevant. Because even if one of them is gay, let's just say one of them is gay. Niggas say he gay, I'm gonna believe he gay. I ain't know what. He ain't got no reason to lie to me about his sexuality. I ain't with that shit. So one of you niggas is gay, and the other is claiming he's not gay. How are you not gay when you kissing your fucking brother? How are you not gay kissing a known gay man? How are you not gay with taking pictures of what even is alluding that your gay brother is sucking your fucking dick?
Wow.
If you can even pose like a gay nigga is sucking your dick, buddy, you might as well let him put his saliva on your meat. You might as well let the man do what the fuck it do. If you will sit there and pose like a nigga is sucking your fucking meat, man. The simple fact you know your brother's gay and you kissed him on his lips is wild to me. That's fucking wild to me. I will never understand it. I'm not going to try to understand it. Incest is a thing. And if you want to fuck your twin brother, go fuck your twin brother, buddy. Go do that shit. But just know niggas is going to come a knocking. This shit's illegal. And you're promoting it. Look, I'm not finna sit there and try to knock niggas about how they get money because I know the world we live in. I know inflation is real. I know niggas will do anything for that dollar. I know. There's very few of us who have morals and standards, man. So I don't expect other people to look at money and see a limit on what you would do for that money like I do. Ain't no way I'm going out like that, man. Give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how hard times it get. I'm still gonna want some pussy. I'm being real with you. I don't give a fuck how hard times get. I'm still gonna wanna go swimming. So I don't know, man. That's why I asked the question, is this an example of keeping up with the Joneses? Because when motherfuckers stop warning you and stop, you know what I'm saying, seeking your invitation to their podcasts and their platforms, and you know what I'm saying, them hosting gigs go away, and you know what I'm saying, you back eating the shit you was eating before you got on. Ain't no more steak, lobster, ain't no more of that shit. Ain't no more on Instagram Live and your shit in the thousands. When you go on Instagram Live and your shit say 200, 300, but nigga 3 months ago when you was on Instagram Live, that bitch said 103,000, 80,000, 60,000. That shit does something to you, man. And if a nigga try to avoid that situation and start kissing his gay brother, or one of you niggas even act like y'all gay, or one of you niggas even exploit your sexuality to stay relevant, that's fucking lame and corny as fuck to me. I'm sorry. Ain't no beating around the bush with that. Exploiting your own sexuality, you know what I'm saying, to stay relevant is fucking corny. Man, female, I don't give a fuck who you are, that's corny as fuck. And a nigga that tag along with that start kissing you and start acting like you sucking his dick, that's even wilder to me, man. That's more wilder than fucking Deontay Wilder, my nigga. You more wilder than that nigga Deontay, man. Real motherfucking talk. I just think that shit's that's just crossing the line that I think niggas can never come back from. In all honesty, I don't give a fuck what profession that you in. But the moment you start to exploit not only your sexuality, but your brother's sexuality, your family member's sexuality to stay relevant, that's a line you just can't cross. That's just a line you can't cross. And now you venturing off to incest shit. Now you venturing off into some he sucking you. Like I said, that picture alone, the kissing shit, like I said, we let Lil Wayne and Birdman get away with that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. The kissing shit you probably could have came back from. But the photo of a nigga looking like he eating your meat, bro, come on, man. What we talking about? What we talking about? You could never ever even talk to me about women again. In all honesty, you never could. You could never even like a girl's picture. You know what I'm saying? I like, nigga. That's fake. You best friend now. You that bitch best friend. You was not getting no pussy, man. Real motherfucking talk. Niggas is weird. Look, niggas is weird out here, man. Niggas is flat out fucking weird, bro. And like I said, it's not a shot at the LGBTQIA plus community. This is a shot at niggas that just have no morals and standards and backbones. This is a shot at niggas who will sell their soul for that dollar. This is a shot at them niggas. Like I said, I've always been a supporter, man. Love who the fuck you love. Do what you want to do. Whatever you want to do in life, do that shit. Just accept the consequences that come with that shit. Accept everything that comes with that decision. The moment y'all niggas want to make the decision about we need to get back popping, we need to get money, they bragging about how they got $2 million views, $2 million already from their OnlyFans. Niggas is bragging about this. Nigga, do what you want to do to make that money. But also know it's niggas out here like me that's looking at that shit and think that's some of the sickest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. That you two brothers, twin brothers, is kissing, fucking, and sucking each other for money? Man. It's a fucking wild world we live in, man. Real talk. Moving on. Shit off gay shit, man. Please. Tory Lanez, man. You know, well, I talked about last episode, Tory Lanez. He got sentenced to 10 years in prison. He'll probably do about 7.5 of those 10 years. He'll do about 7. He got to do 85%. So he'll probably do 7.5 of those 10 years. I think they say he'll get out at 38 years old. I don't know. I think he'll be okay if he gets out in 7.5 years, to be honest with you. If he puts out an album, you know what I'm saying, soon in this year, probably next year, let that breathe about 2-3 years. Put out another album, let that breathe about 2-3 years. Niggas be gearing up for his return, you know what I'm saying? So I think he'll be all right music-wise because I'm seeing the amount of support and the praise of his art that on social media that he had. People are praising Tory Lanez on social media, bro. All you see is people fucking showing clips of him with T-Pain, when he made Jerry Sprunger, when he's making all these appearances at these clubs and on the stage. People are supporting the fuck out of Tory Lanez right now, bro. So I don't think his career will actually take a hit, really. I think obviously throughout his time being on trial, even probably right now, his sales are probably up a little bit. His streams are probably up a little bit just because the news comes out. He's been sentenced to 10 years. And I just think that if he follows the plan of dropping an album, you know, so 2 albums every 2 or 3 years, you know, I think he'll be all right, you know what I'm saying? So, but the weird part is, Tory Lanez came out, we ain't come out, but a statement was released by his lawyer that Tory's, he's down, but he's not out, he's okay. Basically, he gonna be all right type shit. He a little bit sad, but shit's all right, he ain't defeated type shit. And my thing is this. I don't like the way Tory Lanez handled this shit at all. I'm gonna say this now, this shit's already said, that it's over with. He still hasn't really come out and said either what the fuck happened or just took accountability for what the fuck happened. He still ain't did that. And a lot of times when niggas do that, them niggas be guilty as fuck. And the only reason why I can speak from that perspective is because I've been a nigga that's done that before. When it's like I did the shit, and it's like, all right, I'm willing to have a conversation and take the heat for the shit, but I ain't finna sit here and tell you actually what happened, or, you know what I'm saying, take accountability for what the fuck you telling me I did. I've been in that position when I was a kid. But as a grown ass man, eventually you have to take accountability for what the fuck you did. Because to me, that's the big thing that fucked this whole case up for Tory. If Tory would have took the plea deals that was offered to him, I heard there was some plea deals offered to do, he would get like 2 years or something like that. 2 years versus 7.5 is fucking, that's a lot. And I get he don't want to admit that he did this because his citizenship situation. But at the same point in time, bro, now you finna be fucking in prison for 10 years and still possibly face deportation. And then at the same time, you went fucking, at the sentencing hearing, you stand there talking about how much you still got love for this woman, and that you took accountability for, you know what I'm saying, everything that took place after that, but not that fucking night. You still ain't talking about that night. And now you coming out talking about how everything's all right, you down, but you ain't out type shit. You releasing a statement talking about you gonna keep riding and keep, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Why niggas don't keep it real when they in the clink, man? I'm letting my fans know, look, man, shit ain't good. You see what Young Thug doing. Young Thug let his fans know out the gate, man, I'm fucked up in here. I'm surviving on fucking chocolate and chips. Hey, Young Thug, I'm surviving on chocolate and chips in this bitch, man. I'm hurting. They got me living in hostile conditions. I want to come home. This nigga Tory Lanez acting like shit cool. I hate when niggas do that shit. Niggas want to put on that front about shit being okay. I ain't saying you gotta be in that motherfucker scared, fighting for your life. But ain't no way in hell you finna tell me I just left my freedom, my career. You know, so the narrative on the dirt on my name is so big right now. I'm accused. I'm sentenced for shooting a woman. You think I'm finna be in prison not fucking bawling my eyes out every fucking day for at least 6 months straight? They gonna hate me in that bitch. I'm crying every night. Like I said, I know everything I need to know about a nigga that won't take accountability for the situation or tell you exactly what the fuck happened. If a motherfucker's being accused of shooting somebody, he can't tell you exactly what the fuck happened. Come on, man. He's obviously hiding some shit. And this isn't me trying to convince you that, you know what I'm saying, bro, did some shit. I don't give a fuck about the nigga. To me, he's where the fuck he deserves to be. The moment the gun was pulled out, anything that happened afterwards, nigga, that was your fault. But it's just odd to me that niggas act like shit's cool in that motherfucker. They say he in that motherfucker leading prayers and shit. What the fuck you in that motherfucker leading prayer for? What the fuck are you in that motherfucker in prison leading prayers for niggas for? Man, sit your bitch ass down. Sit your bitch ass the fuck down, will you? Real talk. Moving on. You know, have y'all seen the clip? Can I play the clip? Let me see if I can play the clip. Where the fuck is that clip at? You know, in 2023, man, you can say whatever you want to say. You can do whatever you want to do. And people just let you get away with whatever you want to get away with. Let's play this.
The women are just unhappy.
Okay, let me play this. Start this over. We live in a time, bro. You can say whatever you want to say, do whatever you want to do, and there's little to any real dialogue had about said situations. People are emotional. They're instantly, you know what I'm saying, defensive. I don't understand certain shit that's going on in the world. And I'm not here to say I'm supposed to understand everything that goes on in the world. Certain shit just isn't for Hatch. I've come to accept that. And I get viewed as the crazy guy. You know what I'm saying? The person with the bad attitude on one hand. And on the other hand, I get looked at as the person who's honest, open, and forthcoming, and helpful. I bring all that shit up, and I bring those two hands into place because it's all, when they come together, it's all centered around one thing. It's my mental health. Because depending on the day, it's depending on what hatch you're gonna get. What time is it right now? It's 2:30. It's 2:30 p.m. I'm feeling good. At 4:30 p.m., I don't know how I'm going to feel. I jump all around because I have mental health issues. I'm open about that. When I'm open about that, it gets dissected. People view that one way. I'm either helpful or I'm either motherfucking me a crazy person. And I'm okay with that situation. I'm okay with sharing my story and other people saying, hey, I feel those exact same feelings or something similar. And we connect on that level. So even the other things that we don't connect on, the things that we have differences on, once we connect on one thing, we can get to the other things and try to see where do we have this discourse and how do we get things to an understanding. I'm not saying everything has to be put on the table. We can agree or disagree on a lot of things. But conversations need to be had so people can understand exactly what the fuck is going on. I'm bringing all that up because I've talked on this podcast an abundance of times about the transgender community has direct ties to mental health. And I get as a heterosexual man, as a straight man, as a man who knows he's a man who's born in the right body, I can get how me saying that can get viewed a certain way. But that would never stop me from wanting to have this conversation. I always challenge. It's not even really a challenge. It's not even really a challenge. I don't want, because that makes it seem like it's a fucking debate. It's not a debate. It's literally a conversation. I welcome any fucking body to have this conversation with me. Because if I know I have mental health issues, you can't sit here and tell me that the motherfucker who thinks they was born in the wrong body don't have mental health issues. I say all that because I want to play this clip, and I want to know what you guys think. This is something I've been holding off on the podcast for a few episodes now. But like I said, shit's been kind of slow, so I want to bring this back. But I want to play a part of this clip for that. I want to see what y'all think.
Hey, I'm going to just keep it above. A lot of cisgender women are just unhappy. Let's use the term that they love. A lot of real women are really unhappy. A lot of real women are really unhappy. A lot of real women are really insecure. And a lot of real women are really bothered that trans women really look better than they really do. Since they really want this real word, but you can have it. Girl, you can have it. Girl, it's not my fault that you've been taking my happiness and my femininity as a challenge. Sweetie, when I was identifying how feminine I was and how far I wanted to go and how I wanted my inside to match my outside had nothing to do with you. Okay? Because it seems like y'all only have so much to say when it comes to a competition. It really seems like y'all only have so much to say when it comes to tearing somebody else down. Girl, don't nobody want to be you. Girl, don't nobody want to be you. Let's be clear, we think a lot of you don't want to be you. It seems like y'all only have so much to say when it comes to tearing somebody else down. Girl, don't nobody want to be you. Girl, don't nobody want to be you. Let's be clear, we think a lot of you don't want to be you. Bitch, I speak very frequently and openly about my penis.
Stop it, brother. Slow it down. I just dissed you. Stop it, brother. What does that sound like to y'all? Honestly, I'm not trying to diss. What does that sound like to y'all? You finna sit here and tell me as a transgender woman, as a man, as a motherfucker who was born with a penis, you went and got this motherfucker went and got their titties done. They got a weed. He like a straight fucking woman. Until he started talking, I wouldn't have thought that was a transgender. Because the moment he started talking, you heard a nigga that's trying to come up out of there. But you been saying and telling me as a transgender woman you don't want to be a straight, real woman? What are you talking about? I thought the whole thing was you saying you was born in the wrong body. I thought all this was because you want to be a woman. Because you don't want to be a man, clearly. What is all this about then? How can you sit there and go off on an actual woman, telling an actual woman that that woman doesn't want to be an actual woman, but you as a man who's going into the trends don't want to be a woman? What the fuck is truly going on out here? I'm so fucking lost nowadays. What is going on? How can a motherfucker, let's be honest with this shit, how can someone who was born a dick, who get a titty job, who get an ass job, put on wigs and shit, you know what I'm saying, go have thoughts about getting the operation done, because the way she was talking, and I'm going to say she because I ain't going to be an asshole all the way, but the way she was talking is that she still has her penis. I cut it out right when she said she's very open about her penis. Pause. So you still have your penis. So you do everything else but get your penis. You on some fucking, what was the nigga name? What's the Khloe Kardashian nigga name? What's the nigga, Caitlyn Jenner shit? You on some Caitlyn Jenner shit. So how is you as a Caitlyn Jenner wannabe gonna look at another fucking actor, no, an actual woman? Pussy was born there, nigga. She was born with that wet shit. You gonna look at her and tell her she don't even want to be heard. She's mad about competition. Let me keep it honest with you. You're not competition. Are you fucking serious? That's the problem with social media, man. Social media has hyped up fucking transgenders to think they actual competition with actual fucking women. Social media has hyped up everybody thinking all weight is healthy weight. Let's keep it a bean. I'm a big motherfucker myself. But I ain't the big motherfucker. I ain't these big fat wildebeest women that's jiggling their motherfucking arms on social media trying to be funny. We've gassed up a lot of motherfucking people who need their ass whooped, man. The world is fucking soft as shit, man. We all fucked up, man. We all fucked up, man. The simple fact that the motherfucking transgender can look at an actual woman and say, bitch, I'm competition. Bitch, you don't even want to be you. I don't even want to be you. No, bitch. If there's anybody in this motherfucking world that actually wants to be a fucking woman, it's a fucking transgender. That's a fucking fact. If there was ever a nigga with nigga descent that didn't want to be a nigga no more, it was Sammy motherfucking Sosa.
Wow.
You want to know how I know? Because he changed the color of his skin. He didn't want to be nigga no more. That's all I need to know. This bitch look, hey man, the climate's changed. You know what I'm saying? I'm confused, you confused, we all confused in this bitch. Cause this shit is ridiculous, man. This shit is fucking ridiculous, man. When I had these conversations, I become the bad guy all of a sudden. How am I the bad guy all of a sudden? How am I the bad guy? I want to have a discourse. I want to have conversation. Let's have dialogue. Explain to me how the fuck you think he's born in the wrong body. Okay, cool. Get past that part. Explain to me. Explain to fucking me. Now, even once you get to that point, you convince yourself that you was born in the wrong body, that you have the balls. You still got balls down there, according to you. How you got the balls? Silly. How you got the balls to look at a woman and tell that woman that you don't want to be her when you going through every motherfucking step you can to become a fucking woman? But I'm the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the fucking bad guy, B. But I'm the fucking bad guy, man. Let's go ahead and move on, man. Let's get to Lizzo real fast. Yo, is Lizzo cooked, bro? You know, I mentioned Lizzo earlier on the episode. I was going to tap into her. You know, Lizzo's going through a lot right now, bro. You know, Lizzo, I wasn't going to talk about this because I don't necessarily believe that every story is actually worth talking about. And I mentioned that because I didn't necessarily think Lizzo was doing anything super crazy. Lizzo's being accused of having, well, let me just read this article for you guys. This was posted by Academics, but the story was from the Daily Mail. It says, Lizzo has been dropped from the Super Bowl halftime show consideration after facing a series of shocking sexual harassment and fat-shaming allegations from former dancers, leaving her team in a desperate scramble to save her sinking ship of a career. Earlier this month, 35-year-old pop star who has marketed herself as a body-positive activist found herself at the center of a sensational scandal when 3 of her former dancers, Crystal Williams, Noel Rodriguez, and Ariana Davis, filed a lawsuit against her, accusing Lizzo of creating a hostile work environment. Now, an NFL insider exclusively tells DailyMail.com that the ensuing backlash over the allegations has prompted the organization to immediately drop Lizzo from Super Bowl halftime contention, having previously had her name in the mix as one of the front runners for the 2024 spectacle. Talks of Lizzo being a part of the halftime festivities or performing the national anthem are dead now that she is surrounded by the scandal. The source said in the wake of the accusations, which Lizzo vehemently, I hate this word, vehemently denies. So as you see, Lizzo has been facing some shit. Sexual harassment and fat-shaming allegations. And also, I think there was a lawsuit or something like that was filed. And body-shaming allegations and stuff like that. The reason why I didn't want to talk about this at first is because there's always somebody who's going to feel like the boss is too much. You know what I'm saying? Apparently they say Lizzo had them like sucking bananas out like strippers, you know what I'm saying? Private areas. Lizzo's a nasty bitch, man. We all know that. Lizzo's a nasty motherfucker. We all know Lizzo's nasty as fuck. Now that I know Lizzo's 35, it makes so much more sense. I always thought Lizzo was like a little younger and wasn't really getting no dick or nothing like that. So she was just like being overly sexual. But when you talk about she's in her 30s doing that shit, oh no, Lizzo's getting fucked. But Lizzo's one of them big freaky bitches. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't surprise me that Lizzo's on some big freaky shit with other big freaky bitches. And I'm pretty sure they was going along with the shit until they was fucking let go. I'm pretty fucking sure they was still best friends with Lizzo until their service was no longer needed. So I'm not here to take sides of Lizzo's side or these alleged victims' side. I want to say it's very, you know, when you get yourself in a position to become a quote unquote boss. I'm still working my way there, you know what I'm saying? When you start to have a team, and when you call the shots, you have to keep in mind that you can't quote unquote police everyone the same, because you can't lead everybody. Let's just say you can't lead everybody the same. And you have to modify your work environment because some people will use this against you in the future. Because you can have a temper, you know what I'm saying? You can be a motherfucker that cuss a lot. You can be somebody who's just naturally aggressive and don't have any ill intent behind it, but an employee could look at that and be quote unquote intimidated. And probably would never let you know that until their services are no longer needed. I've heard time and time again about entertainers, athletes, all the people we look at as great. How everything around them is strict, demanding, you know what I'm saying? It demands your time, all that shit. We've heard all this shit about every pop star, every great athlete, every big time rapper. We look at his ego and all that shit, but all that gets lumped into one thing. We've always heard the same sort of things about all of these people. And at a certain point in time, when are we gonna look at this shit and say, okay, we not finna label fucking Lizzo's a sexual harassment motherfucker. Her work life she makes the work life too unstable. It's hard. No, come on, we're not doing all that. Because y'all wasn't saying this shit, y'all was actively dancing. I always look at shit a certain way. If a scandal comes out, if one of these dancers was still actively dancing and then they just left tour because of some shit, that's when I believe this shit. But when you one of them motherfuckers who quote unquote going through this shit, but it wasn't bothering you enough to stop coming to work, it wasn't bothering you enough to motherfucking me talk then, don't talk once a motherfucker fired you, bro. Cause now you lost all credibility in my eyes. Because me personally, some shit was really that deep to me, I'm not going back to work. If my fucking boss trying to get me to suck a banana out of some motherfuckers' private areas, I'm not coming back to work. I'm going to the authorities. I'm going to TMZ immediately. That's a story, bitch. Don't try to fucking have your cake and eat it too, because now, bitch, we not trying to hear you. Ain't nobody trying to hear you three bitches. Because it obviously wasn't that goddamn dire for y'all to fucking speak while y'all was actively doing this shit. When she told you to get down and start sucking them goddamn bananas, did you get down and suck them goddamn bananas? If you got down and suck them goddamn bananas, ho, shut the fuck up. You got down and suck them goddamn bananas. Stop the fucking cap, man. But you see it's clearly working. That's why I always say, all publicity isn't good publicity. Because as you can see, the damage has already been done. No matter if this shit's true or not. She's being actively removed from having quote-unquote huge opportunities. We see what these Super Bowl performances do for all of these acts. All of these acts. And I like fucking Lizzo's music. I look at Lizzo as like a female version of Bruno Mars. Every time I've heard a Lizzo song, it's been fucking phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? So I can see her rocking the fucking Super Bowl performance. But now those opportunities are being taken away from her because of these quote unquote allegations. I don't know if it's justified or not. But what I do say is, once the ball gets rolling, and you already wasn't a light person, it's kind of like the Russell Westbrook situation. Like once Russ started to decline, he already wasn't a light person. So now I just feel like everybody's just piling on with the shit. Lizzo was already not that well liked. And now it's coming out that you a motherfucker you sexual harassing people. You know what I'm saying? You got the work life all crazy in that bitch. Come on, man. I can sink a motherfucking career fast. You already see right here it say, what it says, her leaving her team in a desperate scramble to save her sinking ship of a career. It's already happening, my nigga. It's already happened. Now, granted, she's 35 years old. I thought Lizzo was way younger than this. So that lets me know Lizzo she's probably good financially if shit do not pick back up for her. But this is gonna be big. It's gonna be a big hit for Lizzo. Real motherfucker. It's gonna be a big motherfucking hit for Lizzo. Because at the end of the day, the amount of hypocrisy that's involved with this shit is fucking crazy. Because your whole thing was about people bashing your body, people talking about how fat you are, people not wanting to see your ass, people not wanting to see you bent over and shit. You had a huge problem with that, and you were seeking fucking, you were seeking an audience of people to support you with that. To the point people was getting annoyed anytime you said anything, and to know that behind the scenes you was doing the same thing to them dancers, it's fucking crazy. Man. I ain't gonna lie to you. But moving on. Let's stick with the body shit real fast. You know, I came across this video. I told y'all on past episodes, I'm a big Jocelyn Hernandez fan. I've always wanted to fuck Jocelyn Hernandez if she's a little man. Her, Erica Dixon. That's pretty much it from Love and Hip Hop. Her and Erica Dixon is the one that I was really just trying to take through there. And still to this day, they both still look amazing to me. But I watched Jocelyn's Cabaret on Zeus. I love that show. Can't wait for the episode to come out tomorrow. But on last season, what was that, Vegas? Yeah, last season, the girl Amber was on it. And I've seen clips of her doing little interviews and podcast interviews, just, talking about random shit. And I seen one more recently. I would play it, but they got some music and shit playing in the background. I still get copyrighted for that shit, so I don't want to play it no more. She comes out, and she was saying that in the past, she has changed her body for her man. And what she means by that is if she's dating a man and she sees that he's into like a fat ass, she will go to the gym, hit the squat rack and all that, and like eating shit like that to get a fat ass. And then the moment she had broke up with him, she stopped doing the things to maintain her ass to get her natural body back. And she even says when she's talking to a man, she's interested in a man, and she knows that he's interested in, skinnier women, healthier women. She would change her diet and stuff like that to be the man to be the woman that her man desires. Because she said the main reason why she does that so her man doesn't get bored and ventures off to the stable. I mean, ventures off to other women and shit like that. Because at any point in time, you can catch a man's eyes, what she was saying. But you have to be the woman he's truly interested in through and through. So if you know he's into certain shit, you have to become certain shit. You can't be one way and know he's into another way and not expect him to eventually, duck off from your ass. And I totally understand where she's coming from. And I think it's vice versa. Men, if you know your woman and you see the niggas that she following on Instagram, all these niggas is in shape, but you fat as a motherfucker, come on, man, what you doing? What you think she gonna do? It's gonna be one of them days where it's gonna be a nigga that pull up on her with an 8-pack and she gonna start tripping like they do in the movies and shit. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. If you know your girl like ball playing niggas, I ain't saying you gotta get out there and be Jordan and nothing like that. But why don't you just get in the gym a little bit? Why don't you get in the gym a little bit? Even if you like your girl, like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas who do handiwork around the crib. Come on, my nigga, build a shelf. Like do some little shit that you know she's into. If she comes from a certain life, she comes up around a certain type of man, you gotta kind of implement some of that shit in your life if you truly want to be with this woman. It's about making sacrifices, I guess. I guess you can lump that in with making sacrifices. My question to all the friends of the show, would you change your body for your significant other? Because a lot of people think that's a lot. And I'm not saying like the dramatic shit, you know what I'm saying? Like if you see, like for women, if you see your boyfriend, your significant other, whatever the fuck you dating, is into women with big titties, and you got some little small ass titties, and there's no way in the hell you can even get those titties without having surgery. I'm not saying go to those lengths. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, if you know your man likes a thicker woman, you know what I'm saying? A thicker woman, get a little thick for the nigga. I ain't saying let yourself go and get fat and no shit like that. But I'm saying you have to. Everyone wants to feel appreciated and thought about and catered to. You know what I'm saying? Especially men. Especially men. It may not be in the same ways, the same forms of fashion that women like to be, but every man likes to be catered to, and appreciated, you know what I'm saying, thought about. And if you do those things and you present yourself as the woman that you know he's attracted to, the type of woman you know he's attracted to, come on, man, you have to do that if you truly want to be with this man. It only makes sense. And it was alarming to me because when she was saying that, I had never heard a woman say that before. Because you always hear women talking about they do these things to their body for them. They ain't doing it for no man. But when on the other hand, you hear a woman saying, no, she's doing the natural ways of doing things. If she know her man wants ass, she'll go to the gym, try to get some more ass. Even if the shit's not accomplished, even the thought process of her coming home every day, you know, not even every day, coming home every once in a while, talking about some, babe, look at my ass, it's getting big, touch. Even with shit like that, knowing that that's the shit he's into, that's going to do something to his psyche and make him appreciate you even more. It would do that to me. So, shout out to her for that, man, because you don't hear that often. You don't hear often a woman talking about she does anything for her man these days. Everything is done for the woman, her followers, her girlfriends and shit like that. Girlship emotions, all you fucking hear these days. So it's refreshing to hear a woman talk about anything that she's doing for her man type shit, you know what I'm saying? So, round of applause for that, man. That was beautiful. Brought a tear to my eye. Brought a tear to my fucking eye, man. Moving on before we get the fuck up out of here, yo. You know, yesterday I went to the movies, man. Y'all know me, I'm a big movie guy. I went to the movies, you know what I'm saying? Friend of mine, significant friend of mine, you know, we had this movie we was interested in seeing. It's called The Sound of Freedom. This was a movie that I was hearing about. It wasn't because of the promotion of the movie. Now, granted, I do think a part of that is because it's not coming from a movie studio that we're used to, that I'm accustomed to seeing. I've never heard of Angel Studios. I'm used to seeing, Universal, Warner Brothers. I said Warner Brothers. Yeah, Warner Brothers, Universal, Warner Brothers, shit like that. We used to seeing the big, Fox and all that shit. So I never heard of Angel Studios. And also, what I did hear about this movie, without seeing any previews or anything like that when it was first being talked about, was the tactics that was going into the showings of these movies. What I mean by that is that when it was like the opening weekend and stuff like that, people were going to the movies and they said the movie was being tampered with. The reason why that was being said was because this movie deals with sex trafficking. This movie deals with a true story that happened about a cop who went undercover, who saved kids and things like that in a sex trafficking ring. It's based on a true story. And we all know recently there's been a lot of Hollywood stars and stuff like that coming out. Well, not even just recently, it's been over the years, but I would say as of the last couple of months, it has been picking up about a lot of people coming out saying they want to expose Hollywood for these child pedophile and sex trafficking ring that's going on in Hollywood. So it would make sense that when a movie comes out that's based on a true story about sex trafficking, that there will be things done. They say air conditioning will be turned off. The value will go in and out. You know what I'm saying? The showing of the movie will be flickering and shit like that. There's reports about this going on all over the goddamn country and shit. In the world as well. So I wanted to see it for that reason, because when shit like that's being done, then it has to be a very powerful movie. And I'll be honest with you, I love movies. I've never seen a movie like this because it's not much action. It's not much, there's no explosives, there's no shit like that. There's none of that shit. It gets straight to it. It gets straight to showing you how this shit is developed. It gets straight into an actual case about how this shit went down. And when you see how these kids can be taken and fucking put in fucking those big ass crates and shipped over to overseas and shit like that, it truly does something to you. Now the person, the young woman I was with, she getting all teary-eyed and shit because it is very fucking sad. I'm gonna be honest, it is very fucking sad. It's like 2 hours and 15 minutes of straight sad shit. But it's a great fucking movie. Now, don't get it twisted, it's a great fucking movie. But when you're talking about kids being ripped away from their families, and you're talking about, just what these kids was going through, and the sexual discourse and the sexual harassment, sexual abuse that was being taking place with these kids, and them being sold, and it's very fucking sad, man, to see how the shit kicked off, and how the kids got sucked into this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the little girl could sing, she was always singing, and a quote unquote huge star seen her and thought she had talent and wanted her to be a model and stuff like that. And when you think about how common that story is, the young woman I was with even said when she was a kid that, she was doing commercials and stuff like that, and had talent agencies and stuff, was linking up with her mom and stuff like that. And she was like, how easily that could have been her. So it's like we never talk about how easily sex trafficking, how often that shit happens, how easily it can occur. Because even on past episodes, I talked about we don't even accept in our community that how often sexual abuse is. We don't even talk about how often that actually occurs. And it's like, if we don't even talk about that, when are we ever gonna wrap our minds around how fucking easily sex trafficking can impact our families? We all just heard the big ass lie that, what was the old girl name? I can't think of her fucking name, that lying ass bitch. That lie that said the baby was running down the motherfucking me. Carly Russell. Yeah, Carly Russell. She was someone who was a toddler walking down the goddamn side of the highway. When I heard that, we all thought about sex trafficking. Because there's a baby luring you to a spot, and now you're getting put into a goddamn 18-wheeler and getting drove the fuck off. Which comes out that was a lie. But that's when you hear these stories and these examples of sex trafficking, and you go see this movie, it really changes your whole entire way of thinking, bro. It truly motherfucking does. So I encourage people to go see it. You know what I'm saying? I would say go see it with somebody, just so you can, you know what I'm saying, get an idea of and educate yourself in a way about this sex trafficking shit, because it is truly fucking sad, bro. It's some of the saddest shit when you see examples of kids being ripped away from their families. You know, as a kid, I ran away. You know what I'm saying? And I know how it hit my mom. You know, I know how it impacted me. I seen when she saw me. I seen how sad, how relieved she was to see me. I can only imagine the pain and trauma my mom would have went through if I was actually kidnapped and taken away. You know what I'm saying? So it's sad, bro. It's a sad movie. It's a good movie, though. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those good movies, but it's very emotional. It's very heavy. It's probably like one or two laughing moments that wasn't even supposed to be funny type shit, but like, it's a deep movie, bro. It's a deep fucking movie, man. I think a lot of people would like it if they gave it a chance, but you just gotta open your mind up to certain shit, you know. But with that being said, bro, I think that's all we got, though. Let me just run through the docket real fast. We got the Attraction of Being Yourself with Sexy Red. Obama coming out as gay in a letter in 1982. Is that cap? Do we believe the Bobby Altoff $300 story? The Island Boys being an example of keeping up with the Joneses. Tory Lanez feeling decent in the pen. Trans women don't want to be women. Is Lizzo cooked? You change your body for your significant other, and The Sound of Fucking Freedom. Movie review. Yeah, that's it, man. Great ass episode, bro. If I do say so myself. I'm feeling good as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's a little after 3 o'clock. I got the fights on the big screen. I'm finna go find me something to eat. We'll get into that a little bit later. But with that being said, man, great ass episode. You already know the fuck I give it up, man. DJ, drop that fire ass beat, my boy. Yeah. Hey, man, you already know I give it up on this side, man. It's all love these ways. Never let them sidetrack you with the bullshit. Always keep the main thing. Stay safe, stay sharp, stay sane. And how's your episode, man? We out this motherfucker. Peace. Damn. Hey, man. What can I say, man? I love coming in here, man. Fucking recording, getting this shit out for the motherfucking folks, man. It's still early, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad I got here early enough. It's only a little after 3 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna hit these shoots a little bit. Episode will be coming out on time. The last 2 episodes will be coming out a little bit later in the day. Last episode, I just fell asleep. I ain't gonna lie to you, but shit happens. Shit happens. It happens to the best of us. But episode will be coming out on time. Like I said, visuals coming out a little bit earlier as well. We working, man. We keep fucking working. I'm not satisfied. I still think I can get better and better. This podcast will reach even better heights by the end of the goddamn year, man. So let's keep this shit going, man. Episode 164. Also, shout out to everybody that's tapping and joining the motherfucking conversation, man. I truly appreciate all of y'all, man. Friends, families, strangers, man. We all one big happy family over here, man. So I truly appreciate all the friends of the show. You see your merch, it's the best seller right here. Tap in with your boy, man. DM your boy, man. $35 a pop. I'm still working on the website. You know what I'm saying? I really haven't got around to getting back to it. Just I got a lot of shit going on. But I'm still working on the website. I think once I get the website out, it'll be a lot more easier for you guys to just go in there and make the orders yourself. And we get that shit going. But in the meantime, tap in with your boy, man, on all social medias, man. No matter the platform, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Threads, Rumble. No matter where the fuck you at, man, hit your boy up and you want a shirt. $35 a pop. We got all flavors, man. All different colorways, different designs, all types of shit, man. Big new drop coming in October, so tap in with your boy on that. But with that being said, man, I'm out this motherfucker. You already know I give it up, man. I'll show this episode. Holla, you dig me. All that good shit. Peace.
Welcome to Raw is OG. Hatch, you know the fuck, man. What plan we, man?
Yeah.